How are we feeling? We're on the cusp of the spring game this weekend. Everything okay up there in the spring?
I'm doing good. If I was any better, I'd be you.
No, listen, you're already trying to turn
I'm
the
doing
table on me.
good.
Listen, you just talked about, man, people fired up with lacrosse. It's rocking and rolling. Basketball has been really, really good this year. But I have had more Syracuse fans down here in Carolina come up to me and say, man, Pack, I've never been more excited about Syracuse football than I am right now. You have energized the fan base. I know we haven't seen the game yet. I know you're working hard, practicing like crazy. But, man, you got everybody fired up about the Cutes. If you've done anything, you've got people on the radar, man. You got people paying attention, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I think just the players been doing a good job just competing and pushing. Our coaching staff has done a really good job the way they're trying to compete and when it comes to recruiting. And our alumni, the fans and our alumni are back. They've been coming around and they give the players just a breath of fresh air, and the players are excited to be around those guys. And I'm just thankful for all the alumni that's been coming back and being around our guys.
Fran, you mentioned the guys have been doing a good job of competing. I'm wondering if you could tell us where you feel like the team is right now through almost 15 practices compared to when you first started.
I mean, we're a little more ahead, where I would say from where we first started, or if not, we've been doing a really bad job. But as a football coach, you never feel that you're further along where you want to be, and you feel like, dang, I wish we had this, wish we had more. I wish we can get 20 practices, but unfortunately we can't. But I think they're working. We're coming along. Everything's coming along. We're pushing. I would like to be continue to push in the special teams to be a little bit further along in that part of it. But I think we did a good job. We had a nice, good special teams piece today. So just want to continue to push when it comes to that.
Coach, a couple of guys that we've talked to in the last week and a half with all these spring games, Pat Narduzzi said, one of the things I want to do is get back to being tough. And it's all part of being in the Northeast. Bill O'Brien, the new guy at BC, said exactly the same thing the other day when we had him on. You're a Northeast guy. And you come from the University of Georgia where, hey, practices, man, if you're weak, you're out of here. The toughness factor that you've seen in your kids this spring, how would you say your team has come along in that department as far as the physicality of the game of football?
I think we're getting better. It's still not where you want it to be at, but we're getting better. And honestly, guys are talking about just tough. You got to be this. I think it starts in the weight room. Our weight room, they're getting bigger. And, as you get bigger and you're able to build your neck and your traps and things of that nature, you're able to hit a little bit harder. You squat a little more, you're going to run, your legs going to run a little bit more. So, I think our strength staff have done a good job, and they're working with the guys so that way we can go, not as many injuries, not as many guys being out due to concussions and shoulders and, injuries of that nature. So, I mean, the more you're there at practice, the better opportunity you have of getting tougher and doing all those pieces. But I think toughness also comes with the mental, being able to be where your feet are, being able to go do it again because you've done it wrong, and the coaches are pushing them to do it the right way. So, there's all forms of toughness, but I do think our players have done a really good job, and they're trying to buy into the culture that myself and the staff are bringing here.
Yeah, and I wanted to go and as a follow-up with that, and I think your point is really good on that, because a lot of times kids want that, don't they? They want to be coached tough. They don't want something handed to them. And, given your background and so forth, I sense that you make sure that really does become a priority, that guess what? It isn't easy to be great, and you got to put in the work to get there.
No, it's hard. It's tough to play college football and to be a student athlete. So, I mean, you have to be willing to work extremely hard. I mean, if you don't want to work real hard, if you don't want to be coached hard, don't come to Syracuse. Like, you should go somewhere else and go do it over there. It's going to be hard, and I'll make sure that I reiterate to the players and I reiterate to the guys that we're recruiting and things of that nature, like, this is not going to be easy. It will be hard. I'm going to coach you extremely hard. I'm going to say things that you may not like. We're going to be very demanding. We won't be demeaning, but I mean, it's tough to do this. This is a tough business. So, it's just the nature of the business, and I'm a tough love kind of guy. I believe in tough love, so it works a lot.
Fran, when I was up there last month and talked to some of your players, they noted the physicality of the practices. So I feel like this kind of goes in line with what we're saying. And it's different. That's basically what they said. It's completely different from what they did before, that you were bringing a different mindset from Georgia and that you were tackling in practices, and it was more than they'd ever done before, at least in any other spring. So how have you seen particularly the returning players who were at Syracuse last year adjust to what you've asked them to do during practice?
Well, we haven't been tackling, so we're not about to get me no violations saying we out here tackling more than we have. We've just been popping pads a little bit, but they bought into it. You know, these guys got dreams, goals, aspirations. There was a couple guys here that really do well, and they're our leaders, and they bought into it. And once the leaders buy into the physicality, then the rest of the team wants to do what the leaders are doing, because those guys are who really run the team. We just happen to be the coaches for the team and around it, but you kind of do what all the in crowd is doing. We're kind of trying to take away from those guys and those bottom feeders that aren't meant to do it the right way, that don't want to do it, trying to make them guys go follow the leaders as much as possible, or honestly hit the portal.
Before we do a deep dive on some names that we can keep an eye on before we watch you guys play on Saturday night, I noticed that you put a note out to the student body going, hey guys, if you're interested in a little football, you can go ahead and sign up here and see what it's all about. What kind of turnout did you get with that?
I don't know. People say they're gonna come. You gotta wait till you see it, though. Everybody say a lot. It's a lot being said. I find out, but I think our fans won't let us down. Syracuse. Yeah, I think they like it. They like what's going on, so I think they want to be here. Plus, there's no better place really to be. We got a good lacrosse game going on at 2 p.m. A whole bunch of tailgating. The city is lit right now, so just everyone's already starting to come in tonight. The next few nights, it's going to be extremely fun. I mean, we got two great guys that's going to come and just be honorary head coaches for the game, is Zaire Franklin and John Lally. So I mean, it's we're gonna have some fun this weekend. I mean, just if you should be in Syracuse. I mean, there's no other place really where you can be at this weekend and enjoy and just have some fun. So it'll be good football, and then we're gonna have some fun afterwards. We're gonna party afterwards, but there'll be no drinking and driving. Guys are just gonna go out and party and enjoy their family and friends.
Is there going to be a hot dog eating contest like we saw at Ole Miss?
Nah, it won't be no. We don't eat glizzies around here. We don't do all that. We call that. There's no biting on no glizzies around. We won't do that. We stay away from that. Ain't gonna be biting on no hot dogs and all that. Pause.
All right, let's do a deep dive on some dudes now. Give me a listen. You can go as long. You make the list. One guy, you can make it 50 guys. You never know. I'm gonna get this kind of answer on this question, but give me some names of some guys that we need to be paying attention to when we're watching this on Saturday night.
If I tell you my secrets, then they ain't secrets no more.
No. I don't want your secrets. I just want some names of some guys that have impressed you.
You need to watch Trevor Pena against Justin Barron, because those two guys have been going at it. And Justin been getting him a little bit, but Trevor has showed up the last few times. I would say our guy Kyle McCord against Elijah Clark and Deuce. Those guys been going at it. Fadell Diggs and Big Spoon. Those guys, the O-line and D-linemen that have been competing. I'll say LeQuint and Deuce. They'll meet up in the hole at some point. And our linebackers, man, they've been doing a really good job of shedding. So I would like to see them in the linebackers versus the guards. They've been doing a good job versus each other. On the outside, I thought all the receivers have just gotten better, man. Our wide receiver coach is doing a really good job. So just having the opportunity of seeing those guys go out there and catch some passes, and then the DBs, young when it comes to the secondary part, corners and things like that. So just seeing how they perform and how they go and compete on the stage now. It's a lot of things around. I'm just watching the guys over the next few days, see how they act. There's a lot of cameras, a lot of different things going on at the school. I tell you, you gotta act like you've been here before, guys. This is about to be the new norm, so want to make sure guys are comfortable being around all of that.
When you say this is about to be the new norm, what do you mean?
We just want to have fun and continue to raise the level. Continue to raise the eyes that are watching. Just continue to have people understand and know what the Block S is about. We working. So with everyone working as hard as they're working, I think when you got faith and hard work and you just continue to do it the right way, it all pans out for everybody, and everybody has dreams, goals and aspirations. But if we could just continue to keep our heads down and just work, then we'll all be able to reach our personal goals, but our team goals, which is extremely important for us.
Coach, what's the one thing that you need right now at Syracuse? And it could be a player, it could be a facility. I'm going to give you a magic wish. What's the one thing you need right now at Syracuse?
It just means more prayer and faith. We'll be all right with what we got. We need all the fans to be at this spring game this weekend. That's what I'll say that we need. We need the fans to be at the spring game this weekend. What else can I say that we completely need? I don't really know what else you can really go at that. Like, hey, we need Nike to come through. Like, Nike, hook us up. You know what I'm saying? Nike, what's up? Like, we on here now, I'm on TV. Nike, like, holla at us. Make sure everything is straight. We are Nike. Always want to make sure that that's a good brand. So I would say, hey, Nike, hey, give us a bigger deal. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if not, you could call up Caitlin Clark. Apparently, she just made $20 million off of them today. I'm just saying.
Yeah. See if she'll let me get some of her allotment. A little bit of that. I would say that, or Dan Lanning, holla at us, Dan. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Yeah, your man out there at Oregon. Yeah, he's got the hotline out there at Nike. There's no doubt. Well, listen, man, I always like talking to you and rooting for you. I hope you get through the weekend healthy. That's priority number one. They just get through that weekend. And we look forward to seeing you down to Miliana in a couple weeks as well. But we'll be watching on Saturday night. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Fran.
Always a pleasure for you guys. I really appreciate y'all bringing me on.